Simple and plain. To be the best, you have to win. That's why I play the game.
Hey guys, welcome back to Lakers Exclusive. It's your boy Jay here as usual. I hope everyone's having a fantastic day. And look, I've been wanting to make this video for a very long time now, ever since Russell Westbrook got traded to the Los Angeles Lakers and we signed our new additions this offseason. But I've been sort of holding back just to see what the whole Dennis Schroeder situation is going to happen, and we still need to fill in one or two roster spots. But ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you, I can no longer wait any longer because I want to take our first look, an early look at our brand new starting rotation for the Los Angeles Lakers, and then in our next video, I'll take a look at our bench rotation as well. And look, this video is going to be subjective. It's going to be my opinion and what I think the Lakers should do with our starting unit this season. So in saying that, we're all entitled to our own opinion. You know, we're no basketball experts, but what we do know is that we love our Los Angeles Lakers and we know a thing or two about basketball. But ultimately, the decisions about who's going to suit up in the starting lineup, who's going to come off the bench, is going to be ultimately up to our front office and our coach Frank Vogel, who did re-sign the other day. I haven't spoken about that yet, but he did re-sign. We're not sure, entirely what the contract is. That still hasn't come out yet, but what we do know is Frank Vogel's coming back for the foreseeable future for the Los Angeles Lakers, and he's a defensive-minded coach, and you know what they say, defense wins championships. He's already got one for us, and hopefully this season we can run it back. So I'm going to go through our new look outfit from the point guard position all the way to the center position and just really break down who I think should start for us at the moment. And these things can change, obviously. We need to look and see who's coming into this camp and who's fired up and who really wants those starting positions, because as far as I'm concerned, there's one or two positions that are really up for grabs this season. And it really comes down to a player coming into the off-season, into training and leaving Frank Vogel with no option but to play, a player for a lot of minutes. But Laker fans, if you haven't subscribed to the channel already, give this video a like and subscribe right now so you don't miss out on any insight videos just like this one for the foreseeable future. And without further ado, let's get into the video. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, kicking off our starting group is the one and only Russell Westbrook, who will be our starting point guard for many years to come. Now, the talk needs to stop because Russell Westbrook is no longer coming to the Lakers. He has officially arrived and he's the difference-making playmaker that our front office so desperately wanted. LeBron signed off on it. Anthony Davis has signed off on it. And it's time for Laker fans to sign off on it as well, because what he brings you is relentlessness on the defensive and offensive end. He's going to give you 110% and give the opposition a lot of things to worry about. And the lob threat from Russell Westbrook to LeBron James and Anthony Davis is something that I just cannot wait to see. And I feel like it's Russell Westbrook's time. He's been traded to multiple teams over the past couple of seasons. Everyone's counted him out. And now he's landed in a position where he wants to be with a team that fully believes in him. They say he can't shoot. They say he doesn't turn up in the clutch moments. KD didn't want to play with him. James Harden didn't want to play with him. Paul George didn't want to play with him. But you know who wants to play with him? Our two superstars, LeBron James and Anthony Davis. And this combination gives Russell Westbrook the best opportunity to win his first championship, and he's going to be our starting point guard for the foreseeable future. And my word, he's going to attack that rim at 100 miles an hour, and it's up to the opposition to stop him, and that's going to be a tough ask night in and night out. Starting at shooting guard for your new look Los Angeles Lakers, a former Laker, Wayne Ellington, a career 38% shooter from the three-point line, and in my opinion is the best shooter on this new look Lakers roster. Now honestly, there's a couple of ways you can go with the starting shooting guard for the Lakers this season. You could go with the youngsters Malik Monk or even Talen Horton-Tucker, but when you have a starting point guard that plays in a sort of sporadic style like Russell Westbrook, you'll need that experience and that lethal shooting at the shooting guard position. So when players like Russell Westbrook, LeBron James and Anthony Davis are driving to the rack and drawing those double teams, we can kick it out to a shooter who's proven to be one of the most lethal three-point shooters for the last 10 years in the league. Because when you have so much uncertainty around you, we need someone that we can rely on to knock down those shots. And again, I truly believe that this position is really up for grabs. It just depends how guys come in this season and how everyone's looking. But for now, I'm going with the experienced and lethal shooting of Wayne Ellington. Starting at small forward for the new look Los Angeles Lakers is the one and only King James, LeBron James. Now, we don't need to talk too much about LeBron James, one of the greatest players ever. We all know what he brings to the table. But last year, before he got injured, I believe he was the MVP of the league. And at his age, you know, this season, I'm going to say it right now, is the Wash King Part 2. Now, there's talk that he is going to move to the power forward position. But for the purpose of this video, I'm going to keep him at the small forward position. Just because I think there's some players in our team that are more suited at the power forward position and have played there for the majority of their career. But what can we say about LeBron James? He's the leader of our team. And there's no doubt in my mind that he's going to come back bigger and better than ever and lead this team into another championship run. Starting at power forward for the new look Los Angeles Lakers is Trevor Ariza, another former Laker. And I know everyone wants to start Carmelo Anthony, and I want to start him as well. But just hear me out for 1 second. Just hear me out, because there is some strategy behind this madness. Now, I believe Trevor Ariza should start for the Los Angeles Lakers because he's going to come in, be able to hit those threes at a high rate and also defend at a quality level as well. And I believe he's our best wing defender that we have on this roster this year. Now, he's not much of a scorer in terms of being able to create his own shot, but what he can do is play his role to perfection. And when you already have cats like Russell Westbrook, who can score 25 points per game, LeBron James, who's a career 27 point per game scorer, and Anthony Davis, who can score pretty much however many points he wants to on any given night, you already have elite scorers, so we're going to score points. But what we are lacking in that starting unit is a wing defender that's going to go out there and give it his all on the defensive end and guard the other team's best player. Now, Russell Westbrook's a good defender, but for the majority of the time, he's probably going to guard, you know, the other team's point guard or shooting guard. LeBron James can defend a little, but we know he sort of takes a backward step on the defensive end. And how can you blame him being his age? So I think we need in that starting unit a guy that can just go out there, defend the other team's best player, and cause havoc on the defensive end for the Los Angeles Lakers. And then when LeBron James or Russell Westbrook or Anthony Davis steps off the floor, you're going to lose some scoring, and then you can bring in Carmelo Anthony to be that scoring punch off the bench, be that sixth man that comes on and just goes and balls lights out for us and shoots lights out. And I think, you know, in the end, we will finish games with Carmelo Anthony for the majority of the time, but I just think Trevor Ariza in that starting lineup can be very effective. Starting at center for the purple and gold is no other than Anthony Davis. Come on now, the best big man in the league when healthy. And I'm going to be looking for Anthony Davis to really step up to the mark this year and become the best player on this team. And when you add a player like Russell Westbrook, who's a lob threat, on the end of that's going to be Anthony Davis, who I think is going to be really dominant for this team this year, who's rumored to play the majority of his time this year as well at the center position. And I just can't wait for him to take it to the next level and hopefully bring us another championship. He's young, he's our defensive anchor, and in my opinion, plays his best basketball at the center position anyway. So moving him into the center position is going to do wonders for this team, and he's one of the players that I'm most looking forward to watching in the purple and gold this year, and he rounds off our starting unit. And that's going to do it for our first look at the brand new starting unit for our Los Angeles Lakers on this channel. And as I said, this is just my opinion. You guys may have a completely different opinion in terms of who we should start this season. In fact, comment down below right now who you think should be in the starting lineup for your Los Angeles Lakers. But this is sort of where I'm sitting at the moment in terms of our starting lineup. And as I said at the start of the video, in our next video, we'll have a look at our bench rotation. But it's been your boy Jay from Lakers Exclusive, man. I really hope you guys like this video. I really enjoy making these sorts of videos. And we'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.